How's it going, gamers? Chris here today, bringing you guys game 2 of Killerfish versus FAB eSports. What you guys are going to be watching is Hardpoint on the map right. If you guys want to stay tuned for more Call of the Advanced Warfare news and gameplay, please hit that subscribe button. I'm sorry I keep showing you guys live commentary. I just want to show you guys all of the pro bootcamp gameplay. As always, guys, I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video. Peace.
The competitive subreddit for Call of Duty. You know, I've been seeing a lot of questions, right, about how score streaks are going to function as we jump into the action here. Hardpoint on Riot between FAB eSports and Killerfish. And, you know, a lot of the community members have been saying, like, oh, man, how are score streaks going to work, right? Well, I don't know if you noticed in the MP reveal, and we've also seen this here. Here's the thing. If you try and make your UAV into a super UAV that, you know, can do all these amazing things, it's going to cost you a pretty penny.
It costs you a lot.
And you more than likely won't be able to get it, especially at this level of competition here between such talented teams. We've actually seen people just opt to not use anything. And what was that grenade that was actually thrown there?
Daredevil just took it to the face. Off spawn immediately pops that overclock. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Daredevil not going to win that gunfight either, so unfortunately, he is way out of the map, but he does get there very, very quickly. Obviously, pops overclock once again. Yeah,
and for those of you guys who are not aware of what that timer is on the right side of your screen, that's actually for a supply drop. So in about 3 minutes, he'll be able to get that supply drop there, which is pretty cool. You know, just so that people weren't confused, because we have you know, the hardpoint timer going on the left is what we've always seen in Call of Duty. You know, what's really cool too is there's also a perk. I just got to talk about this. There's a perk that,
that was nasty by Kivy.
Play. Wow, what a play from Kivy. But just to finish this point, there's a perk that expands your minimap and makes it HD.
Peripheral.
It's all peripheral.
Yeah, that's your perk. It will expand your minimap. It's absolutely awesome. And as well, it gets rid of the death icon as well after you kill a player. But Kivy does go down on that hard point. 20 to 40 right now. Killerfish are behind. And it's FAB in control. Daredevil's going to jump. Can he get the kill? He's going to have to go for another double jump. It does connect, but very, very weak. Doesn't have stim. He has the hardpoint contested. Needs to try and stay alive. Does go down. Meanwhile, Random is just jumping up in the air and enjoying the view.
Yeah, well, I mean, there could be an instance, and we've seen this happen quite a bit throughout the boot camp, as these players get acclimated with the game. You know, a couple people have been a little jump happy.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
it's like, you know, and I don't blame him, man. For the first time ever in Call of Duty, you have the ability to double jump. Like,
right.
You know, that's never been.
You've got to use it. Like when it's brand new to you, you're gonna keep on using it and using it and using it.
It's all about trial and error. What works here, what doesn't work there. So actually, what we were looking at just there, I believe, is the this gun is going to be the KF5 with a red dot.
Right.
So, and he's going to be using a foregrip on that one, so you can actually see the hand a little bit more forward there. So this should actually reduce his recoil just a tad. I happen to like the red dot on here, but I'm not a big fan of it. I think you can go iron sights and be completely fine.
Well, it obviously comes down to personal preference and how you want to allocate your slots in the pick 13.
Also, I'm right. You know, I'm always
I mean, of course, the supply drop has come in. Kivy picking up 2 kills there. And it's also worth mentioning he's actually using the Exo Shield as well.
Interesting.
So hopefully we'll get to see Kivy pop that out. Obviously, he wants to just be alive and kicking on those hard points. Wants to help his teammates out somewhat. But yet to actually see Kivy utilize that. Hopefully we'll get to see him use it at some point. Meanwhile, Rox, he's decided he wants to run the trophy system Exo ability. And that's
Very
something
smart.
which, on hardpoint especially, I think you need to be utilizing, because you don't want to be using it on something like CTF, because it's not like in past CODs where you could throw a trophy system down. You become a human trophy system.
Yeah,
so if you're
exactly.
pulling the flag, you either want speed or you want stim.
So basically for Hardpoint, what you're seeing here, guys, is there is a rotation of 5 hills, right?
Yes.
The first hill is going to take place in the middle. The second hill is going to make its way, I believe, over to the roof.
Yep, that's the
and then it'll be from roof, it'll go to the courtyard, and then to a corridor, and then to a 2-story building, right? So
and then rinse and repeat.
And then, exactly, rinse and repeat, right? So in this instance right here where Daredevil is, if he had the trophy system, you know, ability with the Exo, he probably could pop that and just be able to avoid any grenade. Right?
This
That's
would
when
be the
you'd want to
perfect
use
hill.
it.
That would be the perfect hill as Daredevil once again does go down. He is going to pick up an assist for that one. Meanwhile, Torres over on the hill.
That was a tracking drone.
The scrap time.
That was a tracking drone that flew in there and killed that player of FAB. We haven't really seen that a lot.
No, we really haven't. We haven't seen a single tracking. That's the first time we've seen it. I think that's killed Daredevil twice as well. So I feel kind of bad for Daredevil on that one.
He might want to bust out trophy.
I'm just saying, yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to adapt to the certain situation as Torres breaks into the hill, has it contested, picks up one, turns. Oh, Torres, a nasty 2-piece is going to pick up that one, but the Hardpoint still is going to be contested. You see him trying to utilize that laser sight and the boost to the left-hand side. He picks up the 3-piece. Torres going huge on this hill.
Yeah, it took a couple shots there, but he was able to secure that one. Definitely a great play there out of Torres. That battle was not easy to win because he had that player coming up from the staircase there, and that was a pretty awkward angle for him to come through. Running out of ammo, busts out the knife, hit him with it. No, he doesn't. As Torres is going to be taken out, but hopping over to Rush now is going to be defending the hard point. He managed to stop both players from pushing in. He has a teammate there for support as well, and it was able to secure that. So they're going to get the last couple of seconds of this one as the hard point is going to be rotating back over to the center, and that's exactly where Rush is finding himself right now, and he secured it as well.
Rush on a nasty spree. However, all those points he's getting not really accumulating to anything because he's decided he doesn't want to run score streaks. So what does that tell you, Golden Boy? Instantly, he's going to be rocking potentially 3 attachments on his gun, and he's going to be stacking up on those perks and wildcards.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that too, because a lot of people have been asking that question. How are score streaks going to
there's a shield. We actually see Tippy using the shield, but he used it at the wrong time because Rush just peeks out and just slaps him in the face.
He used the shield and he was not looking at the doorway. But, to each their own, as Rush is going to get cleaned up as he was over at the second story catwalk there. Daredevil working with his teammates from FAB to secure this one. They managed to lock down a lot of time, but there's going to be pressure coming in from Killerfish as they're trying to at least get some points back on the board here, but that is not going to be the case. There is going to be a contestment, but there will be about 10 seconds left on the clock, and it brings me great honor to say that's scrappy time. I miss saying that phrase.
Yep, the scrap time. You need to be rotating, and that's exactly what Killerfish have done, but that's a big kill that's going to come in from random. There's going to be more players being aggressive, and he's going to throw out those nades and see if they're going to connect. Doesn't look like anything hit, but there is a player on the hill. It's going to be contested. Nice play from random. He still has Stim available to use if he chooses, and myself and Hastro went to a deep discussion saying, realistically, Stim is one of those which is actually a reaction-based thing. Like, for example, using it at the very start of a gunfight. After the first couple of bullets, that's when you're going to get the biggest benefit from that exo ability. Oh, Gibby just smacked him in the face.
He hit him with the left hand just right to the face there. That was disgusting. And it seems like Kibby actually, of course, like you said, using that stim, he could pop that right now and regenerate his health. He's also going to be using a Semtex grenade as well. So that should come in handy if he opts to use that. Finding a player over there, putting down the shots. He knows he's going to play Ring Around the Rosie. Semtex, thank you.
Nice
and that's going to
plays.
get the kill. Beautifully played there out of Kibby.
Yeah, he anticipated the movement of the opposition player very, very nicely. Now with 8 seconds left, they're going to have to rotate. And that's exactly what FAB have already done. You can see that massive red dots on the minimap. Daredevil's in a nice little position, and this is probably my favorite hardpoint location on this map. I absolutely love it. There's so many different angles you have to cover. It's not really that easy to hold, but at the same time, it's also very difficult to break because you need to make sure you get rooftop control first and then dive on. You see a lot of contesting going on. Daredevil, he's just trying to stay alive, peeks out through the door, actually picked up a couple of kills there. Nicely played, but shut down from above.
I think Daredevil may have found a really good spot there. He actually picked up a kill right through the glass.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players have been using that spot now. Word has got around very, very quickly about those sneaky spots.
Oh man, and there's actually a player walking around with a tracking drone as well, which I find to be quite hilarious. Someone from Killerfish there. And Battle King is going to be drifting around the corner here, see if he can find anyone. Now in that instance, right, don't be afraid to boost dash to the right.
Right,
So that this way you're not wasting time with movement, right? You want to just think about how boost can help you. And a lot of players still haven't gotten that concept just yet. That tracking drone.
Battle King just looked at it and say, what in the world is going on?
Sometimes things just confuse you, and the tracking drone at this point in this matchup is one of them. But it seems like rotation has begun here for the next one, which actually will be located inside of the corridor. Now, this is what you were talking about before. There's a window that you can push up top that, you think you're hidden, but this particular hardpoint, which is my favorite hardpoint to hold, has 4 different points of entry there.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the EXO abilities, you're able to get on the roof and hop in and cause some damage.
Yeah, you see a lot of players go for that rooftop advancement, but that's why now you'll see defending players up top because they know that's exactly where you're going to start pushing. Meanwhile, Rock's on your screen for Killerfish is going to have to try and rotate all the way around. You can see Killerfish struggling quite heavily, to be honest with you. 144 to 237. FAB could actually win it on this hill unless Rox can pick up this kill. He tried to use his trophy system, but sadly wasn't quick enough about it. Meanwhile, Torres trying to pick up the victory, gets the knife as well. Nicely played. That's the 2-piece, and it's also going to be secure on the hard point. And that would actually have been game, but Torres actually turned off the hard point.
Interesting stuff there. Of course, they're only going to have about 5 points remaining, and then they're going to win this. And it's going to be 3 points, 2 points, 1, and that's going to do it.
GG's.
GG. FAB coming out strong there, I have to say. My goodness.
See the look on the players' faces, all fist bumps coming from FAB. Obviously, it is
Bro
just a
fist, bro.
showcase. Just a showcase of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for everyone watching at home and for everyone live here at Gamescom. But we've said it a couple of times. These are the